I was gonna say that let's see. I'm working on getting Minnow back. Christine is watching him in Biddeford. That's where her boyfriend Chuck is, and Chuck has a pit bull mix, I believe. It's a rescue. I think the dog's name is Grace. Christine's dog is a lab, I believe, a golden lab, and it's a rescue also. She doesn't know its age. Its name is Bart, and let's see. I got a cast. It's black, has a black sock in it, and what can I tell you about that? The process. Well, you put this thin sock on, and she cuts right here where it would pleat. And then there's this roll that has, I want to say, carbon fiber, and it has something else because Leslie was telling me, the person who put on the cast, was telling me that you dip it in water and then you wrap it. And if you wrap it in using more tepid temperature water, it casts slower, and hotter water is going to cast faster. I could tell by the way she was doing this and then massaging and just making it smooth as she went. And she informed me already that she's going to use hot water. And I'm like, oh, then it has whatever it is. It's a chemical reaction, because it's heating up. If you're using hot water, then you're heating up the premise for the starter. Okay, I'm saying that if there's a differential between hot and cold water to the cast reaching a solid state, there is a chemical reaction. She informed me she was going to use, she's going to arc on the side of warmer slash hotter water, and I said, well, more skills to you. You know that you can do that. She informed me that, let's see, in 3 weeks I go get a different cast. She pulled out a drawer and I could see the colors from where I was sitting. Neon yellow, which I didn't mind, but there was so much of it. I think that's a color people don't pick. And she said, I don't have a lot of pretty colors to choose from. I didn't know I got a choice, but okay, so I'm mildly entertained with, okay, what are the possibilities? Got bright yellow for sure, and I said, I don't mind. At least I know where the cast is. Right? That neon yellow, I'd see it at night. But ultimately, we chose, she didn't have enough to make, I think, with the other colors to make a whole cast. And, hey, I wouldn't mind if you made a rainbow. But she had plenty of black and plenty of yellow. And I thought I'd like black for the season, for winter. And really, for black. I've always been called the black sheep in my family. I don't mind black, and it doesn't show dirt. um, So she said, they've got, after she wrapped this, she's like, well, we've got a really pretty blue, but we don't have it now. And I think she was saying like it's maybe a couple of colors, a blue, a bright blue, but definitely a sky blue. And I said, periwinkle. She's like, yeah, just like periwinkle. And I'm like, I really like periwinkle. I'm not coming back for a new cast until I have periwinkle. I joked. That's what I told her. Well then, if you have periwinkle, I'm not coming back. So you got it. So we could wrap my new cast with it. What else? I took a picture on the wall. basically a picture with words. It says at the podiatrist's office, my soul connects me, but it's or I'd have to look at it again to rephrase it, but it will be on the website, and probably will be the face of this video. I'm itching. Ooh, right at that toe. Anyway, I should probably stop doing that. It just makes it itch more right inside the cast. But let's see. I was informed because I wanted to take a picture. So the process was they took off the puffy splint cast after 2 weeks and then had me go take an x-ray to make sure everything's healing fine, and it is. And on the way out, you know, I saw the picture and I had my phone with me, so I'm like, do you mind if I take a picture of that? And you know, the woman that worked there said, yeah, you know, go ahead. So I did, and then she informed me that that's actually, she asked me if I knew where that was from, and I said no. And she says, well, it's from the Holocaust. It's artwork for the Holocaust, and I didn't know that. But I thanked her for informing me, and she said that everywhere that the doctor has moved, Pomeroy, that picture goes with him in his office and workspace. And what else? I let my doctor, Dr. Fott, know that when the surgery happened, whoever put that breathing tube down me rested it on my lip and made it swell and, you know, go numb. And that I didn't think that was really good peripherals. I'm not going to the hospital to like, oh, fix this and leave that hanging, okay? Because she's like, well, did you, you know, inform anyone after the surgery? Well, after the surgery, because the surgery was for my foot, I was not thinking about my face or my lower lip, you know? So no, I said I didn't. It's just, you know, it's 2 weeks later and I still don't have feeling, okay? And I thought I should let you know going forward for the next person. We need to check the peripherals. She asked me if I complained to anyone. I'm like, well, wasn't really in a state of awareness to be like, hey dude, take the anesthesia out so I can complain to you that when you put it back in, I thought you were the expert. You knew how to do this, okay? You knocked me out. I can't tell you. Bullshit. You weren't thinking of my lower lip. Now were you? I was informed by Dr. Fott that the sensation will slowly come back because it cut off the nerve sensation. But it will come back, but it will also take a good while. It will take a long time, which is kind of like, okay, that's fine, but shoot, we wouldn't have to have this discussion if someone putting the feed tube for anesthesia, where the machine breathes for me, was thinking of how they would like the feed tube in their mouth. Frankly, okay? There's no one for me to complain to. I was not there. I was knocked out. Okay? But I'm stating it now because it should be stated and it should be heard. In the same time, it would be served to be DOB served. D-O-B, date of birth. Okay? Let's get this going straight from the first. I wouldn't have to say these things. I don't want to have to act as the judge of the agriculture even, where people used to represent the land, but the land now is being bought up thief-end, and in that it's bought up thief-end, there's nowhere for you to stand if you are you and not you, okay? You don't get to hold your ground because as I've demonstrated, the officers carrying guns are not carrying reason even and don't care to somehow. Okay, so everyone's put on the lamb. Everyone, not everyone. Everyone that's putting everyone on the lamb, L-A-M, that's doing a little dance to get around all the hyphenated ego-go odds, dwelled off with the law, hyphen T, that they brought because they're not the cure. They're not the character reference. They're not the accrued meta and metal and meta Allah and METALLAM, min mind. MINE, MIN parentheses ED. So the mind, the shaft, the vein is in my mind. And everyone is on the lamb, L-A-M, to be hyphenated break and rake and doffed, okay? And you that are breaking, doffed, stupid, are raking it, and you're also baking it for an absurd theater, okay? Because you're not making one two-tone nest, an honest nest difference, okay? When you're bullshitting in black, to have it blacked when you've not brought the reason, the will, the desire, the means, or the know-how to advance. Two. TOWHO, two with hydrogen, honestly speaking, through, or TOAD, to toad, as QB. Ask the stubby to represent your means to me. My tomb is your fucking Jesus Christ tomb that you land a hyphenated dole and a dune and a tune to speak to by two. What else? So I'm working on getting Minnow back, maybe tomorrow. Oh, I squeezed my toe. It has a little bit of tingle in it. It has quite a bit of tingle. It's quite a bit of tingle. Maybe I'll just kind of relish not doing that for a moment. What else? What is it we're going to do? Alright, I got a lot of notes to do. I'll see if I can't start hucking. I remember what I was going to say. I've been washing my laundry today. It's been about almost 3 weeks, and I've had one bath as well. And let's see. I'm wearing a nightgown, and I put a little black skirt over it, one I could just pull straight over me so I don't have to fiddle around a cast to go wheel my laundry and take the elevator and go wash it in the same building. And I met Leonard, who lives here, and he said that he's happy to walk Minnow, you know, and I saw him in the elevator, and he said he likes my top. I said, thank you. I said, it's really a nightgown. I just put a skirt over it. And he's like, well, I like your boobs. And I said, well, I'm trying to think of exactly how and what I said. I think I just thanked him. I like them too. Okay. It was, to me, it wasn't offensive. And he followed it up with, well, I like small boobs. And I'm like, well, okay, I'll have a conversation with that. I do too. I said, I don't have any reverb when I'm running downstairs. Okay. you know? And he followed that up with, I could come visit him anytime. And he knows where I live because, Minnow's picture is standing, as he put it, is standing guard. So I have Minnow's picture on my door, as well as that asterisk in the back. I've got 3 of those where I used galvanized metal screws and neodymium magnets to hold various paintings, pictures, and drawings of mostly Minnow. And you know what? I have to say, I don't feel offended. I don't feel offended that he noticed my boobs and that he commented on them. I think mostly because I don't perceive it as a threat, and I don't perceive it as, well, that he's ruling over me. So here's the thing. I am aware, as I'm sure you, the sequence of to comment on my boobs, that he likes my boobs precisely, small ones as opposed to big boobs, which he informed me didn't like the big boobs. He likes the small ones. I'm like, me too. Followed by that come visit anytime is a skew. Okay, you know that as a woman. I didn't address it then. But how it forms in my mind is maybe how I would prefer if he wants to walk Minnow is we'll meet in the foyer, and I'll hang out with Minnow, and if someone wants to walk Minnow, that's great. It's not really any offense to this person. It's just me engineering boundaries that I would like to be received in and not be pressed against my own apartment of interest that hasn't fully been sent or spent or misspent tone on purpose. Okay, so that purpose would be well lend and bend endowed. Okay, it would be well endowed. And I think this person finds me appealing because I'm friendly. I'm nice. I lead with Minnow. Everyone loves Minnow. Okay. Everyone wants to have a conversation with my dog where they wouldn't ordinarily parse lips with people. And they tell me that sometimes, and I'm like, that's great. We'll let Minnow be the mediator, What else? I wasn't offended, but if I needed to stage fortified awareness, I'd bring him here to do a video with me so that I can inform him. That's one thing I would do. This is what I'm doing. How do you feel about it? It honestly, it may or may not be a waste of my time. In that I have a gap, that there's a question, I'm not willing to entertain that. We'll go to the foyer, and keep it there. Because I don't want my time wasted. At the same time, I don't want to be shut down socially, And where it may behoove me to have someone walk Minnow for me. Although I did get a hybrid pneumatic tire off-road me rover. So while the weather is in my favor to roll it, I can. And take Minnow with me. And we still might be able to play frisbee at the park. And I could just stay in one place with one leg, And he'll be happy.